Regardless, I've been having a lot of problems with TikTok, so I have to make my, oh, what in Lord's name is this? We got the Emperor. The Emperor. Wow, okay. And let's pull another card for the collective. Whoop, this one is really drastic as well. Okay. And this is upside down. Why is everything's upside down for me today? Well, we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. The Emperor and the Two of Swords in reverse. Maybe we see it better this way. Bravo. Do it, do it, do. I just want to move this a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. Okay, so the Emperor as an action or advice would be telling the people out there that the advice for Friday is that it's time to be disciplined. It's time to take leadership of a situation, to assert oneself in a situation. This is a card that suggests discipline, organization, taking control, asserting one's presence. You might be in a position where you're in a group type of situation or you are responsible for people. It is encouraging you to get out there and assert your authority and your power. And it could also be suggesting that you might have to seek out the power and advice of someone in your personal life who exhibits these strengths. Now we have the Two of Swords in reverse, and everywhere that you look, they will tell you that this is about not being able to make decisions. This is about standing on the fence, being indecisive about a situation, not doing what you're supposed to do. But yet the Two of Swords in an upright position also suggests that one isn't doing what is necessary in order to move forward. So I always look at the Two of Swords as reverse, especially in conjunction with the Emperor, as somebody who is getting ready to take control of a situation and make decisions for change. Because when I see the Two of Swords upright, I see somebody who's like taking a pause. There's a stalemate. Now we have it in reverse. And this is a situation where there is no longer a stalemate. Somebody's making a decision, and it might not be the most appealing decision. And of course, this guy's going to start doing lawn work outside right now. But this looks like this is the kind of decision that somebody's made, and it's not going to be the most it's not going to be a decision with the most integrity, but they are going to make a decision. And when I consulted the Light Seers Tarot, this is somebody who's sneaking away. And that would explain why the Two of Swords is in reverse, because somebody has made a decision, and in the light, in view of somebody else looking in, they would see this as maybe a little bit dishonorable of a decision. But for some reason, this Emperor is saying, you know what, I'm going to either take off, I'm going to do something shady, but I'm going to do it for my benefit. And that's what you got to watch out for today. And then I got the Six of Swords. Somebody is going to do something a little bit shady, and if it's you, you're going to get away with it. If you need to protect yourself from some shady behavior today, you got to be aware that this person is going to make a decision to do something a little bit underhanded. They're making a decision, but it's not going to be in your best interest. It's going to be in their best interest. So what will come of this? What will come of this? I'm not quite sure. But what we will do is we'll just consult an oracle card here, because, you know, how do we cope with this situation with this Emperor who's being a little bit shifty and shady? A little bit shifty and shady here. Purification. Burdock, and change. We've got elder flower for change. Okay, listen, I just had a thought about this, and this could be the situation. Somebody's taken a lead in a situation here, or they will today, where they make a decision in order to prevent there from being a stalemate or an issue. And they make a decision and they sneak away from the situation because they don't want resistance. It doesn't necessarily mean that the solution is going to be a bad one. And because, you know, we see the Six of Swords here, and this is somebody that's moving away from what could have potentially been a difficult situation where there would be a disagreement. And then we get back to these cards. I had to put a stop there because I was feeling like I had missed something. And sometimes you have to understand that the cards are not always going to be interpreted just one way. You've got to kind of feel it out. Because I'm addressing the collective, I have to remember that I should include all observations that I'm sensing from the cards, not just one interpretation that is the most obvious. So I'd like to first draw attention to change, represented by the elder flower or the elderberries here. And this is about change, transformation, moving forward, learning from past situations, doing what is necessary without hesitation, without resistance, not drawing situations out, regenerating and moving forward, looking within yourself in order to figure out what it is that you really want. This can be used for magical incantations in order to banish negativity and bring in prosperity, to cleanse and bring healing, which is really interesting because then the next card that follows this is purification, that is represented by burdock. These cards are really neat. These herbs are really neat, and you have to take them somewhat seriously, even though you've been instructed otherwise. There's been a lot of attention paid to the Rider-Waite tarot cards while ignoring all the other sources of divine energy that exist out there. This card here represents Taurus and Libra and the planet Venus. It resonates with Hecate, Aphrodite, Venus, fairies, etc. And it is associated with the water element. These things are important because, water has a lot to do with depth, emotions, being in tune with one's emotions, Venus, love, etc., Aphrodite. So what I'm getting here is that one needs to utilize their emotions and be in touch with their emotions and not spread hate, but purify or change one's situation, be very strong and sturdy when changing one's situation, but also be in tune with one's emotions and solving problems through love and not hate. And then we have burdock here, and this is about releasing what is no longer needed and encouraging what needs to grow in its place. That there may have been some recent disappointments, and it's easy to walk away, and you may feel compelled to walk away, not wanting to fight for change, but still action is required, and an offer might be made. You might need to seek out more information or do some research, but new opportunities will slowly come your way, but you're going to have to take an offer that is made to you unless you really are sure that you wish to walk away from a situation. This burdock is used for healing and protection from negativity, love, and it shields one. And it also has a strong Taurus, Libra, and Scorpio energy. Also associated with Aphrodite, Venus, Thor, etc., and it's closely associated with water. So we see a situation here where somebody has made a decision, and it might be for the betterment of everyone involved, but they're choosing to kind of sneak away because they don't want any arguments. And this card is saying, you know what, hey, sometimes it's necessary to let go of that which no longer serves us. And this card says it's time for cleansing, change, but be sure that this is the move that you want to make, because once you make that move, it's absolutely definite here. And you got to be really sure about it. Sorry, this came in reverse. Okay, so we're going to continue reading it in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune is changing. It may not be in your favor, but you are going to have to step out of your comfort zone in order to handle things today. And remember that the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. It is always turning. So what seems uncomfortable now will be comfortable later. And that's your reading today for Friday the 13th with Madame Sharkani.